Thanks for joining me, everyone. Today I'm joined by Michael Devlin of More Estate Agents. Michael, thanks for joining us.
No worries, Carl. It's good to be here.
Thanks for agreeing to do this more seated rather than our carpool karaoke style. So.
Yeah, I have to say I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't get a run in the car with all the big boys.
Well, mate, the Bentley only comes out for special occasions,
All right.
you see. So, Michael, what I want to talk to the audience about today is you have kind of come in and made quite a bang in this area, I think, when you've opened up More Estate Agents. So, walk us through the journey so far, like where you started from, where you've come to, and where we're at.
Okay, so I guess, look, as far as real estate goes, I've been doing real estate now for about 3.5 years. And I first started off, I'd done 1 year in place, and the second year I was in Brisbane real estate, where I'd done about 1.5 years. Then I started this business in March 2016, so we're just nearly coming up to 1 year in business in the area. I guess the thing for me was I've always owned my own business. Before I got into real estate, I had a furniture company, Urban Sofa Gallery, where I had 2 factories, 5 retail shops from Brisbane to the Gold Coast, 39 staff. So I was always a business owner, and I've always said from the start when I've got into real estate that I'm not a real estate agent. I'm a businessman.
Right.
I'm here to do business, not to be a real estate agent.
So you always knew that you were going to be your own operator. It was never a case of you were going to be a long-term employee in real estate. You were always going to do your own thing.
To be honest with you, no, because when I started, I thought it's like having your own business, because you take all the risks as an agent with commission only, paying for your car, everything, all the bits and pieces. So I thought, this is good. I don't need to have my own business. I don't need to employ people, because this will be fine and I can make good money. However, the biggest thing that I found was when I got in front of clients, the big restriction was what I could do and not do with marketing and commission to get the deal over the line. There were strict rules that you had to do, and if you didn't adhere to them, it came out of your own pocket. So for me, that was the biggest negative that I found as an agent working for another company. Again, with my business, I've made that a bit more flexible for my crew, so that they can, again, feel that they can do any deal they need to do to get the job done. I'm a boutique brand. I'm an agent who's come on the scene in March last year with More Estate Agents, which is a brand that's never been heard of. I wasn't really known much as an agent. I was probably averaging 1 listing every 3 months. People looked at me and thought I had rocks in my head opening up an office with my sales results. And I guess the reality is, when I took ownership, I stopped stuffing around and started working.
Sure.
Because my back was against the wall. And I made the decision now, it's either make it or lose it.
What would you say has been the hardest part for you in terms of actually starting? You've owned businesses before, so that's really must have helped you in grounding sort of, how you're going to run your business. But for your own real estate agency, what would you say has been the hardest part of that?
I think the biggest fear for me is, look, I had a business, my business went into liquidation in 2011 with the floods, so I lost everything. I was probably worth about 6 million, lost a lot. I can't actually get a loan. My name's not cleared from the bank until May this year.
Right.
So I can't get a loan. So everything I've done it on backing myself. A bit like Judy Curran with the credit card and all that, been the same for me. This office fit out, I've done it myself. I bought the timber floor, I laid it, all that stuff. So I haven't went and got a 20 grand commission fully to me and going, oh, happy days, let's go and spend it. Every cent I've spent, I've put it into the business. I've paid my rent up in a year in advance, everything. So I guess with what's happened in the past has made me a lot wiser.
Yes.
So I've known how to run a successful business and make a lot of money, but then the factors of something that's crashed. So I guess the lesson learned from me in business, from a business point of view, is it's sunny today, but it might rain tomorrow. So the only one thing that I can say that I've done since I've started More is being 100% consistent.
Yeah, so consistency.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even when I didn't have the budget and I went and delivered the leaflets myself, walking the streets, the problem is I couldn't be asked. I got lazy. I didn't want to do it. So the best thing I done was invest in someone to do it for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a bit of the chicken and the egg. You're trying to find the money to make it happen, but once I done it, it made it happen.
Yeah. So was that hard for you, obviously, as a business owner, to sort of say, well, the world is my oyster, and everything is my potential patch? Was it hard to then sort of say, okay, I'm just going to work these 1,000 homes? Because obviously in the back of your mind, you'd be saying, there's potential here, I might be missing something over there.
My advice to anybody who's going to do it is, if you work a patch, you'll start getting business from the local suburbs around you anyhow, because they're seeing your results.
Yeah.
So if you're marketing yourself right, it'll actually happen organically,
sure.
which has happened to me anyhow. So to me, it's focus on that, and it'll actually grow.
So what is the vision for you, Michael? What is the long term, 5 years from now? Have you sort of mapped out? Do you have like a goal to sort of have a certain number of offices or a certain team size or anything?
I guess, look, I'm a very ambitious person, and I get pretty pumped. But I think for me, I've learned my mistakes from my last business, when I had, for example, 5 retail shops and I had managers running them, and then the manager didn't come in, so the shop couldn't open, and it was down the Gold Coast, so we lost money trading and it didn't look good for the business. So I guess at the minute, will there be more offices? I'd say yes. How many? I don't know, and where they're going to be located. At this stage, it's hard to say. I think it's more about getting the formulas and the systems, or ironing out all the pros and cons of the business now. Then once I've got this model set, then we just duplicate it.
Yeah.
And at that point, it'll be working out whether I bring someone in as a shareholder or a partner.
Yeah.
Trading as more estate agents in a different location.
And I think that's where, chatting to Danny the other week, his model where he's basically sort of taken people within the company and makes them buy into the organisation when he opens up another office. That seems to have worked quite well for him, because there's skin in the game. It's not just, like you say, it's not just a manager working there that if they want to have a sick day, they have a sick day. It's that's you're part of the company. Your income is directly linked to how well this company is doing. So.
The way to get into real estate, I think, as a business owner, is to get highly recognised in the community, which is something I didn't see value in at the beginning. I thought it was a waste of time. But that's where the key is, because if you're recognised and known in the community, that really helps you take off, and that's what happened for me.
So perfect segue then. So talk to me about what you do on Tuesday nights.
So Tuesday nights, I'm involved in a group called the Brisbane Motorcycle Street Feed. So what that is I found it on Facebook. These guys that are bikies as such, which generally have a bad reputation, but these are a bunch of really good guys. And basically, it was more for my son, because my kids are going, Dad, can I get these shoes? They're $150. Like, they had no value of anything. So I seen it on social media, on Facebook, and I decided to take my son along. I said, let's go, we're going to do this. Took him along to show him how the other people live. But to be honest with you, I actually got more out of it myself.
And so the street feed is the homeless people of Brisbane come on a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
everyone sort of cooks up a batch of food.
Yeah, so we're not a charity. I go to Coles, I buy mince, sauces, big trays, cook up the spaghetti bolognese and take it to them. And that's, we set it up and cook it, and cooked, and we feed them. There's probably an average of 150 to 300 people.
Wow.
In any night. And look, it's not all homeless. It's people who are struggling. There's people living in the cars. There's people that are down and out in their luck. There's alcohol, drug abuse, everything.
Yeah.
But we're not there to judge them. We're just there to help them. And since then, I've bought a motorbike. So I went through a bit like crisis and bought a big cruiser. So now I'm a bikie. But yeah, look, it's about, you'll hear this in marketing all the time. I think through, again, I keep bringing up Glenn Twill because I've been to a few of his things, but most of them, it's all about anybody who's working for themselves or a business that hasn't grasped this yet is me, take. If you want everything, you've got to give more.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key to me getting to where I am so far is I've been given. I've done something the other day. Funny, I went into the butcher shop. I said, I'm from more estate agents. I want to do a draw for $100. We'll meet for Australia Day. And the guy was about 70. He didn't have a clue, one, what I was saying, because I was probably talking too fast. He didn't know what Facebook was or social media because he was about 70. I said, mate, don't worry, you're going to get $100 worth of meat, so it's all good. And we just went to the Facebook, put it up, promoted it, and we draw it so someone in the community's won $100 worth of meat, and it's supporting a local business. So I'm starting to do that as one of my strategies to help the local community and also help the local business.
I know you're sort of employing more experienced guys, but let's say you had someone come in fresh. Which direction would you point them in to start with?
I think before you get into, if you're thinking of getting into real estate and you're going to join an office, I think do your homework first on that business. I know when I first started and I was looking into it, I wanted to be like, my three options if I could get in was Bell, Place or McGrath, because I wanted to be I guess linked with a boutique agency. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And sometimes, look, that can all be smokes and mirrors until you get into the office and figure out how everything works. So I think at the end of the day, look, if you're getting into real estate, it's one of the best opportunities to make money, but just remember that it's not easy. I think the reality is you need to go in there thinking that it's going to take you, well, it's taken me 3.5 years to get to where I am now. And I think the reality is you've got to be prepared. You've got to have money to back you up if you're commission only, and put in, and don't be disappointed if you don't get, look, there's guys out there that do massive dough in their first year. I don't know how they do it. They obviously are machines. But the reality is, I think just be prepared that you're probably going to earn 50 grand in your first year. And the problem is it's a cash flow thing, because you're not going to be getting $1,000 every week. You might go 3 months and then get 10. There's so many times where I've wanted to walk away from this and just go and do something else. Like actually, I thought about selling cars and doing different things just because it was too hard. But I just kept going, well, if I sell cars, I'm not going to never make the opportunity of money I can through real estate. So I just kept beating through. And then I guess when I'd done this, that was the breakthrough into the diamonds.
And then the momentum started and just the snowball effect started.
Yeah, and again, it's being able to negotiate. That's been huge for me. That's helped me grow, because there's probably negotiating my fees and marketing has probably got me at least 40% more listings. Yeah, just from being able to do that. We generally put a picture board sign up as our package, and the reason that is because a lot of the houses are old looking, but some of them have been renovated inside, so it's nice to put a nice picture up. One of the big things that I do with my sales, which I'd recommend any agent who's, I'm watching this video, is whenever, and again, depending on your agency and what you can and can't do, but one of the big things that's worked for me is the sold sign with my face on it, and sold by Michael Devlin, and sometimes I'll put on it sold in one day or record street price, whatever, and have that sold sign up there, because it's a billboard and people see it, and back that up with the DLs and stuff like that. But definitely don't just put a sold sticker on it. I think one of the things agents get caught up in is they don't want to spend the money. Yeah. But for an extra $150, you can have a mini billboard out the front of someone's house. And again, talk to the people that have bought it. Look, can I keep my sign up for another month after you move in, and I'll buy you a bottle of wine, or give them a movie ticket, or whatever it is. So I highly recommend, if your office lets you put your face up and stuff, to get rid of the picture board sign once it's done, and get a massive sold one with your name and all that on it, because at the end of the day, that's what people are starting to see. And if you're thinking of selling, you want to go with the person who's selling the most.
Absolutely. And I guess it's something people don't do because they don't ask the question, right? Has there been many times that people have said, actually, no, I don't want you to put up a sold board?
No. I mean, look, as far as after settlement, as soon as we are on conditional, the sold board's up. Yeah. Okay. After that point in time, I mean, generally, you have it up there for standard about 2 weeks. I can either say to them, look, do you mind if I keep it up even another week? I mean, 4 weeks is pretty good. If you get it up for another 2 weeks, it's fine. If they've had a good experience with you, it's not really an issue, especially if you're going to throw them, if it's like a bloke that bought it and you throw him a carton of beer, he doesn't care.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if someone come to me and said, can I leave that board up and I'll get you a pair of cinema tickets that I don't drink, but or a carton of beer or whatever, I can't see many people saying no to that. Yeah. It's one of those things that I think the agents probably build it up in their head to be a tougher conversation than it really is. Just to say, hey, we just want to leave that board up. Is that cool?
Yeah. And look, at the end of the day, they're either going to say yes or no. I'm like Freddie Flintstone when it comes to computers. I mean, cut and paste, I'm thinking wallpaper, I had no idea. So for me, as soon as I could afford it, I got a PA. Now, I didn't get a PA because I was doing that many sales that I needed someone. Again, it's a chicken and egg thing. It was more that I'm not running a database. I don't know how to do it. I see value in it, but I don't see my time value in it.
Yeah.
So as soon as I could afford a PA, I brought one in to do it. And it's the best thing because it goes on, they get my newsletter now every week, whereas before I never done that. So it's just all points of contact.
So Michael, just to wrap up, who are some of the people, both in and out of real estate, that you sort of look up to, follow, admire?
I love watching $1 Million Bogan with Danny Hayes, and I think, you know, I've got a lot of respect for the guy, even though I don't know, I've just really seen him through social media. I've never been to one of his talks and stuff, but I just love how he tells it how it is. And that's gold. And I think, look, Tom Panos has got a bit in there. Look, you've probably got your regulars, your Glenn Twiddles, and all those people that are out there doing their bits and pieces. As far as business, look, I've got friends outside of business who, you know, supported me to do this. Your partner, you know, because, you know, it puts a lot of stress on them when you're doing stuff and you're not there working what you do. I believe anybody can do it. Like, I'm no genius. I can't even, I think I'm dyslexic. And the fact that I'm Irish, friggin' hell, it doesn't, you couldn't get a harder situation if you tried.
Subtitles walking around with
but
you.
I even doing my contracts, I get my people to fill them out. I can't spell. You know, I'm like, how do you spell that name? Just fill it out. I swear to God, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to, because I guess the thing is, don't do something that you can't do. Get someone else to do it. They know how to spell their name. Get them to fill it out.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess as a wrap up on that, it's, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I left school when I was 15. I don't have degrees. I didn't go to university. I ran a multi-million-dollar company that made me very successful and very wealthy. I've lost everything and I'm starting again. So don't be afraid to have a go and have a crack at it. This isn't brain surgery, even though we get paid a lot more than what they get. It's about believing in yourself, doing the right thing, and don't bullshit people because it'll come back on you.
Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
No worries.
Guys, see you next time.